Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to get started with our introduction to R materials. I'm starting off by going to the University Library's R research guide at libguides.wustl.edu/R. From here, I'm going to click on the Introduction to R link on the left menu. And this page explains that the data services team has curated a series of activities to get you started using R. These activities were created using a package called Learn R, which presents the information in an interactive format, which you'll see in a few minutes. The first step is, of course, to install R in Rstudio on your machine. If you haven't done this already, go ahead and pause this video and go to the Installing R in Rstudio page in the research guide and follow the instructions here. After you have R in Rstudio installed, the next step is to download the New to R Markdown document and save it in an appropriate location on your machine. I'll click on the link, and this is going to take me to a Wustl box page, and I will click the download button to download that file. For now, I'm just going to save it on my desktop. Next, I'm going to minimize my web browser, and I can see that New to R RMD file on my desktop. I can either double click on this file, or I can search for Rstudio, which is going to open up my Rstudio interface. Next, I'll go to File, Open File, and I'll navigate to my desktop where I saved the new to r.rmd file. Okay, now that I have my file open, I want to give you a little tour of the Rstudio interface. In the upper left-hand window, this is the scripting window, and this is where you will write any R code that you will be using and that you will want to save as in a .r file or a .rmd file so that you can run it later. In the lower left is the console window, and this will repeat any code that is run, and it will also allow you to type in code here if you want as well. In the upper right, we've got our environment tab. Any variables that you create will be saved here in the environment tab. There's also the history tab, which will show any code that has been run before and any data connections or tutorials you have here. In the lower right-hand side, there are several tabs. There's a File Explorer tab that shows you the files on your machine, a Plots tab if you've done any plotting, data visualization, or maps in your R. This tab shows you the packages that you have installed, and a place for getting help. So to get started with the introduction to R materials, all of the code has been formatted in the form of a Markdown document, which is essentially a document that allows you to put descriptive text, formatted text, and R code all in the same document. Chances are that when you're working with R and actually doing data processing, you'll just be working with a .r script file. To show this document, we're going to click on the Run Document button up here at the top, and it's going to do some work to produce this markdown. Rstudio has given me a message that says that there are some required packages involved. And packages are something that we'll learn in the tutorial, but for now it's saying that it needs to install these packages in order to run this markdown document. If you see a message like this, don't worry. All you need to do is give Rstudio permission to install those packages and it will start. So I'll say yes, install these packages. And we can see now that it is going through and installing all of these packages, and the output will show up down in our jobs tab here. Okay, so now those packages have been installed, and there are a few more other packages specific to this tutorial that we need to install. Note in the beginning section of the code, we have this section that says before running this document, the following packages need to be installed. So we'll go ahead and install these manually, and you can do this with me. Um, we'll take this first line, install.packages, and then learn R in parentheses. I'm going to copy that line and then go down to my console where I have the little caret waiting to receive some code, and I'll paste that in, and then I'll run that command to install the learn R package. And then after that finishes, I'll repeat these steps for the other two packages, ggplot2 and tidyverse. And finally, the tidyverse package. Okay, so now all of these packages are installed. We should be ready to run the tutorial document. So I'm going to go up to Run Document, click that button. Some output will show up down here in the console. And if everything is correct, then we will see this markdown document show up here. Now, it looks like some of the content has been already gone through here on my machine. I'm going to click this Start Over button to show you what the tutorial document will look like when you open it for the first time. So we have our tutorial document. It's opening in just this extra markdown window here. And we've got the chapters along the left side. Chapter 1, getting started. Chapter 2 will be about the R syntax. Chapter 3 will be about data visualization. Chapter 4, data wrangling. And then Chapter 5, where to get help. Each chapter will kind of walk you through this different section, so it will present some information and content. You can hit continue to go on to the next sections. There might be some videos and other media inserted. And then also you will see these code blocks here. And to execute these code blocks, you'll hit the Run Code button. And to refresh them, you can click Start Over. So if you need to close this window, that's fine. You can go ahead and close it. You can even close R and then open it back up again at your convenience. Hit Run Document, and it will take you back to the section that you last finished off. If you want to reset the code and all of the exercises, you can click the Start Over button here on the left-hand side. Okay, so there you have it. There is the introduction to our materials. If you have any issues, I hope that you'll reach out to the data services team via the research guide, and good luck getting started with R.